Okay, let me ask you some fun questions, sir. Enough of technical questions. What is the biggest myth about PFA?
Biggest myth about PFA is people think that PFA itself is a therapy.
Hmm.
It's enough. Once the PFA is given, enough. The referral is not there. Second myth is about what is PFA? You do not know anything. Better refer to the psychologist. So that when you postpone the immediate intervention, you wait for the specialist to come and do the issues. Okay. So that's what. So that's the biggest myth. I can say that.
Yeah. So I'm saying, what is the most important thing about PFA that you would like to just say in one line? Like, we know what PFA is, but how important it is.
It
Like a
builds resilience. It builds resilience in the affected person and takes him to or guides him to cope with the situations in the future.
Mhm.
That support system is needed. It's like that when the plant is growing, you give a stem next to that. That after that, it becomes a big tree and gives fruit.
Yeah.
The PFA is just a support system, stem, and helps the root to get the hold in the earth and grows as a big tree. Okay.
Uh, I mean, my team has sent me a message, question. I don't know how apt is it. I'll ask you. If you think that you don't want to answer, it's okay. Some schools might think we don't have time for PFA. What's your reality check to them? To them, if you want to say it.
Do they really think? You need to have a proper thinking to think also.
Yeah.
Okay. See, uh, I also told you that prioritize their needs. Why? That means if any school or any institution working with the children, if they are thinking that PFA is not needed, then that school is not the right school for the children to study. It's not only the PFA. I'm talking about when the PFA word is not going to be important to them because they do not have the policies or the child protection policies in place. When there is a child protection policies in place, then only all these things comes under. We know it very well as a person who should. When there's a child protection policy, we work on prevention.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything we work on prevention. So that's what the prevention of the preventable difficult situations or disabling conditions. So if the prevention is very good, then the question of other interventions is not needed. Apart from that, if even after the all the steps and actions are taken, I told you already, emergency strikes without warning. Still, we need to have systems in place that non-preventable situations. That's very important. In a school, it's very important that policies, principles, safeguarding principles should be in place. Any school which is concerned about the safety and security of the children and it incorporates even PFA too. It incorporates human resource empowerment. It incorporates every aspect of uh, life in the school should be understood and analyzed, and staff or the people, those should be trained enough to deal with any adversities happening in the child's life. That's very important. So, if any school is thinking that PF is not important, I have a feeling that they do not have a focus, they do not understand the importance of safety and security of children who are in their hands. That's very dangerous situation, in fact.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Another interesting question. If PFA were a movie, what would be the tagline?
Live for today.
Huh?
Live for today.
Leave for today?
Live for today.
Okay. Yes, live for today is the tagline.
Yeah, yeah. That's what. So that's what. PFA is a recovery module. That
Yeah.
means you are living for this day.
Hmm.
Next comes tomorrow, will take care of tomorrow. And today's problem has been taken care. There is somebody who is next to me. There is somebody who is supporting me. Somebody is giving the helping hand, and I can rely on his shoulder. He is listening to me.
Yeah.
He is understanding my anger. He is understanding my frustrations, and still is able to support me. That's what the PFA is all about. The empathetic approach that gives him the uh, I mean, for example, if I go to give you an example, that this example I used it in many ways in many situations when I'm teaching the life skill to the children or to anybody. That a person falls in the water, there is nobody is there in the well. For example, in the well, and there will be small roots. I mean, the fibrous root systems everywhere there, and the person will try to hang on to that to catch that. He will try to swim and move around. That gives some extra time so that somebody can come and rescue him.
Yeah.
So that means a little hope in the life can bring marvelous change in the person's life. That means a leave for today. That means let me attempt it, let me try it, let me hold on to something. He knows that the route is not going to help him, the route is not going to give him the strength, but still he's trying to reach it. Then he gets a time, is able to reach it. And so that he is rescued by somebody. Something good happens in his life. That's very important. Yeah.
Great, sir. Thank you so much.
Actually, now one important question you did not ask, I want you to ask.
Yes, sir.
Your favorite subject, bullying.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm also waiting for a long time so that you'll ask that question.
So my next question to you, Moses, sir, is that when we talk about PFA, how can it help to solve a very big problem in schools, which is bullying? And I know for a fact that a lot of us, we feel that yes, bullying is normal. Bullying is a very regular part of growing up. But I, again, personally being a part of the system for such a long time, I feel that bullying should be addressed, and there should be things that should be done to handle bullying on campus. So,
Okay.
all PFA plays in solving a very big problem of these schools.
Okay. So when we're talking about the bullying, we have to understand that wherever there are few children are together at a particular point of time, they will end up in some sort of tiff. There's a difference between tiff and bullying. Okay. Bullying prevails, but every school institutions, they try to prevent bullying as much as possible because bullying creates very big scar in the minds of the person who got bullied. It stays forever. Then the person's life is affected when they grow older. So that means in our school, the importance given to the person who is bullied and also the bully. Both of them need support, guidance, and counseling. But I would like to give you an estimate about Young Mind, a British based non governmental organization, 2014. They have conducted a study. They interviewed 5,000 young people to understand the bullying is around. And 50% of them had been bullied uh, at some occasions. And 82% of the people said school should prepare the children for life by teaching how to cope with difficult conditions. And around 33% did not know where to go and get help when they are depressed or anxious. And 80% of them felt they did not know about how to look after their mental health. Now, Shikha, tell me, it's not only the bullying, it's a big percentage. I'm talking about the big percentage in Britain, with all the systems are to some extent in place. Their education policies are in place. Think about our country.
Yeah.
So that's why now I tell, when systems are there in place, you can work on that. That's why that when the person is bullied, that person undergoes severe trauma, stress. The PFA has to be given to the child so that the healing can happen in the future course of time. For that, the preparedness, awareness, what should be done, how to go about it, who are all people involved in the whole process, what is the reporting pattern, how to address the issue. All these things should be systematically planned by the school for the children to stay happily
Yeah.
and learn. That's very important. The simple thing is that be aware of the situations and be ready to face every consequences. For that, again, I'm telling you, preparedness.
Yeah.
Preparedness, nothing but having systems in place. Having system in place is nothing but having the policies in place and address it systematically.
But sir, again, I have a follow-up question now. You are talking about victims or you're talking about bullies as well here?
Police also. Actually, the counseling need is more for bullies than the victims at times.
Mm-hmm.
They are the most affected people. See, we have to understand that what is bullying. If one fight happens between the students when they are playing, there's a game, there's a soccer tournament, there's a teams can fight with each other. After the game, they put their hands on each other's shoulder and say, "Hi, bro, fine, I'm great." But bullying is something that a person feels big, and other person is made to feel is small. That's where the bullying happens. Okay, the bullying happens in two levels. One is physical bullying and mental bullying. The emotional bullying is common among the girl children. That's very powerful. So that's what no, and this is what the teachers cannot wait. Let the counselor come, let the psychologist come for the counseling. No, crisis intervention. Crisis, they should be able to listen to the stories of the bully as well as the victim. And both of them need the shoulders.
Yeah.
That's what no we said about a rapid program that is reflective resilience. It's a very important skill. That is John Hopkins' model of psychological first aid is one of the best model as far as I've seen it. It has got systems, methods, and uh, uh, approaches how to deal with one by one.
Mm.
And this has to be done systematically. So every school, they have to understand, every teacher should be trained in psychological first aid. It's mandatory. It should be made mandatory. And also, for example, it's not only with the teachers, even the parents should be trained. It's for everybody. It's for everybody. Anybody can be trained as a PFA. That's what is the most important thing.
Great, sir. Thank you so much once again. My next question to you, sir, is for school leaders or for the educators who want to take the next step in PFA, so are there any specific resources that you would like to recommend or any courses or, any
That's what
training
I
program?
said. That's what I said. No, a few courses I said no. That WHO model is there, and also US Department Health and Human Services model is there, and John Hopkins model is there. So WHO model is that it's a systematic training package. That package is called Triple L: look, listen, and link. And these three, this look, listen, and link model is a separate training package. Teachers are training. What is the meaning of the look? How to look into the matter? How to understand, analyze, assess, and and listen. What is the listening skills? Reflect listening skills. How we should listen. And there is models. There is demonstrations are done, and how to link the services handling the situations. This has been given. And even if John Hopkins Health Center model, the Rapid is also a fantastic model. This itself is a training package that also can be done. And this one, the US departments, which I told you, they follow the pattern that listen, protect, connect, model, and teach. That's one of the model. Of course, for our country, for our needs, we can also develop a system based on our own uh, situations, understand our own challenges, opportunities available. Accordingly, training can be tailor made and the training can be done. It's not a very big training. Yeah, 1 day training program, half a day training program. It's like CPR. CPR training needed. CPR training is done in 1 to 2 hours.
Yeah.
The actually no in when there is a emergency preparedness no the trainings are given. For example, how to make a structure, immediate structure with the bedsheet and the wooden rods, logs. How to carry, how to lift a person. There's a way of lifting a person. How to turn. Very simple methods. I can turn anybody just a simple technique is there. Even 200 kilo weight person can be turned with simple touch. It can be rotated. So these are all the techniques, 1 hour, 2 hours techniques for emergency evacuations, all this thing like this. PFA also, it's not more than 2 to 3 hours or 4 hours training systematically. It's more of a practical than the theoretical. Theoretical is basically what are the theoretical I was talking about is the behavioral, how to observe the emotion reactions, psychological emotions, behavioral emotions, all the reactions, how we have to observe this on the training to be given. And then what is the process of these strategies, and then how to respond to the situation, how to do the referral. That's all. So this is a 2 to 3, 4 hours training can be made. Uh, Not more than that.
But sir, when we talk about such a critical thing, you are saying that yeah, 2 to 3 hours, yes, fantastic. That's a first step. But what about long-term strategy? What about the long-term support system for students
That is done by the mental health professionals.
in the school?
That is by the mental health professionals, and all the therapeutic interventions are done by them. So they should give the therapeutic interventions, and they do the further referral if needed. For example, certain areas to some extent, with the therapy and counseling, a child can be recovery can be made. But if the person needs medical interventions or medication, then we have to refer to the person to the psychiatric interventions. Then the psychiatrist will decide. But both psychotherapy and the pharmacotherapy should go together. And apart from that, coping mechanisms. There are different methods of coping mechanisms. You must be aware of it. The problem focused coping mechanisms. Okay, cognitive appraisal methods. Okay, emotional focused coping mechanisms. So many things are out there. And these mechanisms can be taught to these children to cope with their situations in the future course of time. So these are all done. It's a long-term program, but it should go. PFA, if you can do the PFA followed by life skill training to the teachers, it's fantastic.
Great, sir. Thank you so much. But some believe uh, oh, 1 second. But sir, what do you think that if we give PFA information to the teachers, isn't it a little too overwhelming for them?
Not necessarily. When you are giving the PFA to the teachers, they can use it to their own children when they are in trouble. They can use it for their own family members. They can support their own family. Forget about the students they are going to work with. It will be helpful for their own needs. That's what knowing information is valid. Information is empowerment. PFA training is an empowered model. So
Mhm.
it will empower them. It will give them courage and confidence to act immediately. Knowing is better than unknowing.
So basically, you're trying to say that PFA is that one secret sauce that every educator should have
Yeah,
in their
it's a very good
curriculum.
ingredient in the education. If you say it's a best South Indian thali, PFA should be one dish.
Yes, sir. Of course.
Without that, no, the thali is not complete.
Mhm. Uh, Now I think, sir, I've covered almost everything. Almost.
If there is anything, no, you can contact me. No, ask me questions. You can edit.
Yeah. I think we have done everything, sir. We have covered everything. We have. Do you want to still add anything, sir, if you have
Right
it on?
now, right now, I'm also drained information,
Yeah.
and unless otherwise, you ask me questions. No, that's what I was telling Ma'am Mosmi. I think you all edit all these things. No, I prefer so much, but when I talk totally something new. Today also 90 percentage. I prepared so much, and what I spoke is 90 percentage. That moment, that's situations.
It's
Okay, of
okay, sir.
course, preparation helps.
Yeah, but everything you said made sense, and I hope I did not overwhelm you by asking so many questions out of syllabus from the syllabus. But you
Hmm.
know, have that
And you
conversation.
can you can you can restructure the questions during the editing, and this is the thing that
We'll
will be
put
done.
very small videos of one question answer, and we can create.
Mm.
How Chalak will do that, but that's her thing to do. So she will manage
Give
it.
importance to this psychological triage. That's very important.
Yeah, I think we can just end it so that at least officially we can stop the recording. Okay. So Moses sir, first of all, thank you so much for giving us such valuable insights about PFA. And I'm sure that everybody who is interested in protection of children at schools, they would love this session. They would at least take back something very valuable. They will take back, from that gray area to black and white. So this is, you have done it very fantastically. So once again, thank you so much, sir, for sharing your expertise and insights today. And it has been an enlightening conversation. And we
Thank
hope
you,
to,
Ms. Shikha.
yeah, and we hope to bring you, sir, sorry. And we hope to bring you back, sir, very soon with more exciting and interesting conversations.
Thank you. I'm hoping for it.
Yes,
All the best, Shikha.
thank you.